Hi, this is Joe again with another review. And for the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing the 2016 film Patriots Day, starring Mark Wahlberg, and also John Goodman in it as well. Of course, this movie is based on the actual story and the actual investigation surrounding the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing. And of course, I thought this was a pretty good worthy thriller. Not, I mean, it's on the line of maybe Zero Dark 30 in terms of the investigation of what happened in Boston. Of course, it was a real tragic event with two white guys who were converted to Islam and decided to commit this bombing, and during the Boston Marathon. And of course, the reason why the movie is called Patriots Day was that was the day that it happened, because I think it was like the third Monday in April. And every April is Patriots Day in Boston. I think that's the only state that really has a holiday where they run two huge events. One of them is the Boston Marathon, which is like the oldest marathon in the United States, and if not in the world. And of course, it also has a Boston Red Sox play an 11 o'clock baseball game on the same day. And you do see Fenway Park in this movie because the race goes, when the Boston Marathon goes like within a couple of blocks from where Fenway Park is. So they have the marathon on there, but the bombing happened near the finish line. And what happened was, because it does have a pretty graphic when they have the bombing sequence. And the bombing sequence takes place about 25 minutes into this movie. So it doesn't hit you like right ahead where you had the bombing right away. It builds up to it. And then the next hour and a half or so, or an hour and 10 minutes, or an hour and actually an hour and 40 minutes actually, because it's over 2 hour film. Deal with the details of how they got these two guys. Of course, one of them actually gets killed, and he not only got shot, but was killed by first he got shot, and then he got run over by a car. So he died for those two reasons. And then how they tracked this guy down. It would have been fun. It would have been better to see the second guy that lived. How he got into the boat, how he snuck into the boat and stuff, but where he was eventually captured. And they just had the shootout at the boat, but he didn't see the guy actually going to the, running in the neighborhood, getting into the boat and getting spotted by somebody. That they didn't have in the movie, unfortunately. Just got a tip that this guy was hiding in somebody's boat in this particular neighborhood outside of Boston, or in the Boston area, and they said, "Oh, this guy's hiding in this boat." Well, that's when the cops and the FBI went to the boat and they had it out with this guy, and then they eventually dragged his ass out. That's what they did. But I would like to see the terrorist hiding in this boat, or running in his neighborhood and hiding in this boat. That I would like to have seen. They didn't show it in this movie though, and that's one real major complaint over this. And instead of more on Donnie Wahlberg's, Mark Wahlberg's character, and how because you play one of the cops who helped with this investigation. One thing they did like about what they did in this movie is at the end of the film, when the film was all over, and actually they actually showed the actual people who were involved in this, people who were affected by the bombing, who were injured during the bombing, who lost legs, feet and legs during the bombing, who was injured during the bombing, and the actual police officers and the actual mayor of Boston, the governor of Massachusetts. They were shown, or at least the governor at the time, and the mayor at the time, were also shown at the end of this film. Because like I said, this film takes place was made like 3 years after the bombing. So it's amazing to me that they made a movie within that short of a time. And I don't know about the people in Boston may stink of this movie. I don't know. But I do remember the stink of the people here in New York who made a stink about all these 9/11 movies coming out like and that was like 5 years later. Some of these movies were starting to be made, like the World Trade Center movie and by Oliver Stone, which was crap. And plus, United 93, and also the Path to 9/11 television miniseries that Hillary Clinton tried to block, by the way. And that miniseries is still banned from being on DVD because of Hillary Clinton. That bitch. I'm glad she's not president. And, well, I don't know if anybody made a stink about they're making a movie about the Boston Marathon bombing. I know there was ever such a stink. If any of you know that it was, please make a comment below in the comment section. Please, I'm curious to know that. That's my own little curiosity. But the film itself, I think it could have been better. I thought it was kind of rushed a lot bit, especially after the bombing had happened. Because they took a lot of time with the bombing, trying to organize the victims. I wish they would focus more on stopping the marathon, which they mentioned. The cops said, stop the marathon, stop the mace, on the radios. Because this, the race itself was like long over in terms of with the winners who came in first and stuff. On men's and women's sides, that was already decided a long time ago, before the bombing. It would have been more dramatic and more better if those bombs, the pressure cooker bombs, went off as soon as the winners were coming across. That would have been a little bit more dramatic, but maybe a little bit better for the two terrorists there. But it didn't happen that way. They happened because if the bombs went off then, when the winners were coming across, it would kill more people because more people were hanging around to watch the winners and then leave, unless they're waiting for the family members to show up. But to kill more people, to injure more people. I mean, but that's neither here nor there. That's one criticism of the bombers. Actually, of course, they showed that they were converted to Islam, and one guy was spouting off all kinds of Islamic stuff, and he was married to a Muslim woman who supposedly was the one who converted these two guys. And they also mentioned that the wife, she's not in jail, unfortunately, took her part of what happened, and it's a shame that she didn't get involved. It's a surprise that she was not in jail for this bombing. And we'll focus on the two guys, and at least one of them is dead. The other one is serving on death row, saving the death penalty, but he's appealing the verdict and stuff. I suppose they even had the verdict to wait for that case. I thought they had to. I thought it was still waiting trial. At the time I saw the movie, you said, "Oh, I suppose they had the trial wait for this guy." But I was surprised to learn that. At least the one guy that lived, and he's appealing. He said, "Oh, he didn't do anything wrong. He did it for Allah and all that stuff." And meanwhile, they were caught because they were on their way to go to New York and to bomb Times Square. That was the initial. After they bombed the Boston Marathon, to go to New York and bomb Times Square. That was the next move. But thankfully, they were caught. But fortunately, the people who were injured and killed, actually, of course, hearts and prayers go out to those, the poor victims and the families of the victims. And, it's glad that one of them is now dead, and the other one is serving on death row right now. And can't wait to see this guy get executed. I mean, all terrorists should be, especially ones who are, that's what you want to say, because that's what people want to see in my videos. But That's what we are against. We are against Islam has declared war on us. Even though when we had the Muslim president, Obama, he kept denying, oh, we're not at war with Islam. Well, maybe not, but Islam is at war with us. And we have to get that mindset because that's what we were fighting against. When we went through, after the 9/11 attacks, we are at war with a religion. Because they declare war, because Islam declared war in the United States. And in the entire world, really, until they're all Muslim. Until the Muslims rule the world. That's when this war with Islam is going to end, when either they take over the world or when everybody else decides to wipe them out. That's what's going to happen. They have to either wipe all of us out, all of us non-Muslims out, or we have to wipe out all the Muslims. That's where we're in. But I know I went on a rant there, but in terms of the movie, the Patriot State movie, I thought it was good. I do recommend it for those who want to know what happened at the bombing. But like I've always said in any movies that's based on anything, my problem is my pet peeve is that how accurate is it? That's the whole thing. How accurate is the investigation? I thought it was way too rushed. I thought that after the bombing had happened, I thought the rest of the movie felt kind of rushed to me. Because they really slowed the pace down, and the movie would have been like at least an hour longer than it is. But I feel that the movie should have been done better in terms of where the investigation goes or where the hunt goes. Of course, I already mentioned my one pet peeve is they didn't see the guy hiding in the boat and get noticed by somebody in the neighborhood, either the neighbor or the guy who owned the boat. Saw this guy hiding in his boat. That's the type of thing I would like to have seen in the film. But other than that, I recommend this movie. I think it's good enough to watch. Just watch it once or twice, and you can just forget about it. So that's my review of the movie Patriot State. Please click on the video. Please rate it. Feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my videos on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com. That's all WDY.com. There's a homepage to the Rowdy Reviewer, Christine Moore, and check out all of his videos on his website as well. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.